Hey, good morning, Mookie. How are you?
Excellent. Sarah D is here.
Hi.
Hi.
I know you Hollywood types, it's a little early for you there because it's a couple hours early. Are you out on the West Coast this morning?
I'm actually on the East Coast.
Oh, are you really?
I
Well,
so
pulled
you're
in around
good.
3 a.m., so
You
I
have no
just
excuse
woke.
whatsoever. Yeah. But boy, I've got to imagine, though, you've been exhausted. You've been working on the new movie. Have you already wrapped filming on Eclipse?
Oh, yeah, Eclipse is done. We finished that, I want to say about, it's been maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, is it
Holy
really
cow.
already? What are they shooting
the
for?
principal photography anyway.
Sure.
So I want to see it maybe about 3 months ago.
Now all the dudes are hard at work, toiling away, editing, adding in all the good CGI stuff, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's when the magic starts to happen.
This is when the magic happens. Well, I'd like to think, I'm sure you would too, that you have a pretty big part of it. Can you believe how big and what a phenomenon this has all become, the whole Twilight New Moon Eclipse thing?
No, it's there's very different levels of surreal that happens since this whole Twilight, since I've been involved in this. To this day, I just can't wrap my head around it.
Well, you came in on the second movie, so you kind of had an idea of what you were getting into, because things really blew up after the first movie came out, and then you became part of New Moon, so you kind of had an idea. But, I mean, as far as, like, the throngs of women chasing you, tearing your clothes off, you go to these premieres, and it's insane, isn't it?
I kind of knew what Twilight was in the beginning, but I had really no idea. I mean, I'm not in the demographic, so I didn't. It was like, it went past my head. But after I got involved with it, is when I finally realized how big Twilight actually was, and it's a wild ride. That's all I can say.
Now, for those, like, 3 people out there that aren't familiar with Twilight there, you play the leader of the Wolf Pack. And Sarah D brought up, we don't want to confuse anybody, not the Wolf Pack and the Hangover.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different things, I'm assuming.
Two completely different things.
Yes. Give people a little bit of background for those who may not be familiar with it.
Sam is he's the leader of the wolf pack, the alpha male, and he helps the other wolves transform helps them get through it when they start to transform into morph to shapeshift. And he's just there. He's kind of like a guide, a big brother, as you could say. He's more of the beta wolf. Jacob is the actual rightful heir. He's the alpha male, but he doesn't want the job at this time. Mm-hmm. But so I'm just filling in his shoes right now. But so it gets complicated after.
You just got to read the book and see the movie, folks.
Yeah, got to read the book, see the movie.
Now, the thing about your character in Twilight is you're really reinventing what a werewolf is, or rebooting, I guess I should say is the term they use in Hollywood, because for years, werewolf was the guy that, full moon, gets all hairy, runs around, terrorizes people. And this is, for lack of a better phrase, a totally different animal.
When I think of werewolf, I think of Michael J. Fox. Wolf.
You're not surfing on top of a van or playing basketball in this one, are you?
That looks like fun, though.
It would be. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what it is about the whole reboot of the vampire werewolf thing. I mean, maybe it's every 10, 15 years. Because I don't remember when I was a kid that. When I was a kid, it was like Interview with the Vampire. I remember that came out with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. But werewolves, they haven't been around that much. So this is a whole. I guess a different phase for the werewolf craze, I guess.
Well, they got the new Benicio del Toro movie coming out, The Wolf Man.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you would certainly have a vested interest in that as well.
A love of werewolves.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And not only are you reinventing, or as they say in Hollywood, rebooting the perception of what a werewolf is, you're really reinventing how people perceive Native American actors and the roles you can star in. Have you found that prior to this, you were facing a lot of stereotypes as far as the roles that you were offered as a Native American?
Yeah, I do feel that way. The stuff I've auditioned for and stuff like that have been a lot of stereotypes, and some stuff I've turned down. And but lately, since New Moon, it's been a lot of people. The feedback's been really great for breaking down barriers and to open more doors. I'm just not playing a Native American, exactly. And which. As an actor, you just want to be able to play everything. And it's really good. It's great opportunities are coming along. But I'm not against playing Native American. I'm not against playing my own people. If the story's right and it's done right, and, I embrace it fully.
Well, you look at what happened like 50 years ago with African-American actors and Sidney Poitier, and before him, they just didn't get lead roles, especially, in big-time movies and winning Oscars and stuff like that. And after him, now it's not a big deal anymore, now it's commonplace. And hopefully that's kind of the trail you're blazing too.
Yeah, I like how you brought up Sidney Poitier because he's a legend.
Oh, one of my favorites.
And then also I don't think it really took effect until Denzel came along.
Sure.
Until Denzel Washington came along, and then now you start seeing a big effect. And for us as natives, we are, I think most of us, the guys in the whole pack, including myself, is that we're getting leading man material as well, which is really good. And we're just not just playing natives. So, it's a very interesting time right now for me, and I'm really really happy to be in the position and grateful for the position where I am.
Well, it's very inspiring, not only from the Native American aspect, but one thing I noticed is you're like, 34, 35 right in there?
Yeah.
You're going to be 35 soon?
Yeah, 34.
And I think a lot of people, especially when they see the age of a lot of your co-stars, like Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, they think, boy, if you want to get into Hollywood, you better do it when, you're 15 years old, and if you don't have a big-time role by the time you're 18, you're never going to make it. But you've only been in these big-time productions and films and mini-series like Into the West for, 7, 8 years now, right?
Yeah. I've been doing this for almost about 7 or 8 years right now. What I can bring to the table is just experience. I don't got a lot of experience under my belt and know what I'm doing. And plus, with the whole fame thing, it's just I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I'm at an age now where I can appreciate it, and you don't take it too seriously. And I have a good head on my shoulders to where I can make the right choices.
Well, I think that Clint Eastwood said, take your profession seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Exactly.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. It's in post-production now. What are they shooting for as far as a release date for Eclipse?
Eclipse, I believe it's November 20th. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's somewhere over, not November. Sorry, I got my dates all mixed up. June, sometime in June.
Oh, wow, really?
Wow, that's soon.
I was going to say,
yeah. Sometime in June. That's what I get. That's what I've heard.
Going to be one of the summer blockbusters.
That's what we're gearing up for the press and stuff like that for June.
Well, those things are always subject to change. Someone else decides to put out a movie the same week and they bump it back or whatever. But I'm sure the Twilight fans are happy to hear they will not have to wait 10 months. They'll only have to wait about 5 months. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thank you, sir, for joining us this morning. Best of luck on all your future endeavors, including the most recent and the next Twilight Saga movies, New Moon and Eclipse. Chaske Spencer, we thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day.